All right, Fitness Unplugged. Let's go. All right, guys. Today I want to talk about mindset, perspective. So I want to be successful now more than ever, and I wish I felt the same way I did now when I was younger. So for you guys, and I'm not saying, look, if you in the 30s like I am, and if you 40, 50, whatever, same thing goes for you. You have to have the mindset to keep improving. Reject all negative energy. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I quit every other day. I quit. I don't quit physically. Mentally, I quit. I'm like, oh, if I just don't have to do this, or if I don't have to worry about this, let me just coast by. Let me just work, go home and continue the cycle of, whatever. I can just do that. And, some people okay with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying anything wrong with that. It's just not for me. And I'm pretty sure some of you watching this, it's not for you either. You don't want to have, self-evaluate. You want to self-evaluate. Because if you don't self-evaluate and say to yourself, where am I now? Is this where I want to be? I had to say that to myself. I had to say, do I want to live the life that I'm living now for the rest of my life? Even though I feel like I'm starting later in life. And the answer is no. I don't want, let's say 10 years from now. 10 years from now, I think I'm be in my 40s. 10 years from now. I want to set myself up to be successful now more than ever, because I feel like it's generational, right? Especially if you come from a family that doesn't have a lot of money. I think this is the time you should put yourself in a situation for future generations, for your let's say bloodline, for your kids, your grandkids, whatever. You want to put yourself in a certain status to where you can set things up for them so their life will be easier. So I'm thinking about future generations, right? Think about where you are now. Think about, like I said, self-evaluate. What's your potential? Do you feel like you're at your max potential? Do you feel like you can do better? You can be better? Ask yourself that. And I want you to look at your children and say, okay, some of you all watching the video may be in a situation to where you're set and you're good to go. So I'm talking to those who basically, who feel like, oh, well, it's too late for me to start my own business, or too late for me to, start whatever. It's not too late. It's not too late. I'm telling y'all that now. It's not too late. Keep pushing forward. The way the world is going right now, if you're not, I don't want to be, I'm like predicting the future, not like that. But the way inflation is and the way the economy is going, it's like you have to have a side hustle these days. Just working a 9 to 5 and you making maybe minimum wage, or I'm not going to put any. Look, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say if you making 40,000, 50,000, that's like average. I have to say that's like average. So if you're making that, or even if you're making it, even if you're like 60 to 80K a year, that's good. But the way the economy is going, that's nothing now. That's nothing. So we need to put ourselves in a position to where either, and this is what I push. I push starting your own business, starting something to where you don't have to punch the clock, where they can't fire you, where someone's doing something that you can't get fired from, something that's on your own time. That's what I push. So you got to stay hungry. Always, I can't stress that enough. I wasn't hungry. I wasn't. So I can relate to anybody who, who's older or whatever the case may be. I can relate. I didn't stay hungry. I got comfortable. And with comfort comes complacency. I got complacent. I was like, oh, well, I got a decent, a good job. I'm okay. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm good. Yeah, but as I got older and I really, took a hard look at my life, right? I feel like I'm not at my max potential. I could do better. I need to do better for my children, my grandkids, whatever. I want to do better. You can do better. Drop the whole, oh, well, I feel like the pity part. I'm gonna say the pity part, because we all got it. I had it for years, the pity part. Oh, I didn't grow up without a father. I didn't grow up my family didn't have a lot of money. No, nobody's responsible for where you are in life but you. It's you. You had opportunity. And and we all, and I growing up, you may grew up in a hard household, whatever the case may be. But at the same time, I eventually left. And it's people who've turned their life around. And they grew up in they may have grew up in rough neighborhoods, and they turned their lives around. So it's no excuse for, and their situations probably was, it's a situation, and I had to compare myself. It's situations, I thought I had it hard, but it's people who had it way harder than me. And they're successful right now. Because they put in that effort. No matter what anybody said, they believed in themselves. So I'm telling all of y'all, believe in yourself. It's never too late. Don't just give up and just say, oh well, it's too late, I guess. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. You can do that, or you can be more. And I think we all strive to be more. So that's all I got for y'all today. Y'all stay hater proof, and y'all keep it moving. And I'll see y'all on the next one.